Hello guys, welcome to Desmo Head Garage again. In this video I'm gonna show you how I maintain the driving chain. What I do is the cleaning and the lubrication. The first step is the cleaning. After each 2 or 3 lubrication section I clean the chain, and sometimes this cover needs to be removed because the lubrication material is piled up at the front sprocket, as it can be seen, and due to the heat it starts to flow down and goes to the middle pipe, so it's ugly and stinky. So as a first step I'm going to remove this cover. Be careful with the lower screw because the support is quite weak, as it can be seen. I don't want to break the soft plastic material. You can see that thread lock is applied to the bolts. So let's see what we've got here. Yeah, it's quite dirty. I use plastic tools to remove lubrication residues, just not to scratch the sensitive materials. Of course I cannot remove all of the dirt here without removing this, the front sprocket, but it's not the purpose now. I just want to get rid of as much as possible. As for the cleaning agents, I usually use 2 types of them. The classic chain clean spray is practical in a case of the access is difficult, like at the front sprocket or so. For the chain I use a common petroleum. Don't mix it with petrol or gasoline. Don't use petrol to clean the chain because it's too thin and it can go inside the links and can wash out the grease because the rings cannot insulate it. As for the usage, I consider the price. So in my country, if I consider the price of the petroleum as 1 unit, then the same amount of chain clean is 6 units. So obviously I choose this one because, frankly speaking, I ain't give a shit on the brand. I consider the material and its quality, and the petroleum represents the same quality and effectiveness for cleaning of the drive chain. Cleaning a chain, I use this stuff. It contains brushes, container, and hooks to fix it. tighten the chain. Fix it. Okay. And the container has the petroleum that will flow through the holes, lubricate the brushes, and I keep the wheel turned. In the manual it was told that ignite the gear, start the gear, put it in the first and let it run, but it was too fast and spread over the material, the cleaning material, so I usually turn the wheel by my hand. Doesn't need a full bottle of petroleum unless your chain is extremely dirty. And then let's put it in vertical position. Under normal conditions the gravity would do the job if there would be a valve on the top of the... In that case I need to push regularly to empty the bottle. See, the petroleum starting to drop down. In the meantime, the sprockets also need to be cleaned, so I use a clean piece of rag for it. And let's repeat it until it will be clean. I also do it between the teeth. We've got 42 of them. So I usually find a reference point. I need to count it up. It's here, for example. And then I clean it one by one. I repeat the cleaning process on the front sprocket. I've got very limited access here. So it's not as effective as for the rear one. The importance of this regular cleaning is that the lubrication material is quite sticky. That's its function. It reduces the friction, the noise, but it collects all the dirt from the road, from the air, and that some components of the dirt are very hard. And it creates an excessive wear if you leave it here, since it's harder than the metal. So from time to time it's necessary to clean it up, and from the other hand it looks much better if it's clean, isn't it? The bottle is emptied. I dismantle and clean the stuff. needs a few pair of rubber gloves since petroleum is aggressive enough to degrade this thin rubber material. After cleaning the chain, I use the rag to swipe the petroleum off as much as possible, but I need the rest of them dry. So either a few hours or a few days before I lubricate it. The point is that in a case I would lubricate the chain right after the cleaning, then the petroleum residue would behave as a thinner, and it's against the sticky feature of the lubrication material. Before I put the cover back, I apply some dry plastic care on it. It's good against the environmental impacts, and it makes it nice and clean. Apply it on the inner side as well, because it makes the residual dirt to remove a bit easier. I avoid to use any silicone based material because it makes the surface shiny, and on the other hand it collects the dust because silicone is a kind of oil. It doesn't fit to a matte plastic surface. Now it's okay to put it back. Okay, for the thread lock, the workshop manual says it's lock 2, that's the middle strength version, so I use Loctite 243, the blue one. It's a bit too much. Tighten them to a torque of 6 Newton meter. That's okay. After the cleaning, let's lubricate the chain. How? The chain has got 4 sides, so let's check it out. The side, inside and outside parts. Why would I lubricate it? There is no frictional part. The outer side of the chain, more or less, but it's not advised, since the centrifugal force points outside, so there would be a waste of the material while the lubrication comes into effect. So I lubricate the inner side only. For this I need a reference point while I'm rotating the wheel. That's the connection link. For the material, I shake it well to mix the solvent and the lubrication material. To avoid the chain spray going on the wheel, I use a simple cardboard piece and I start it. When it's finished, let's leave it for 10 minutes before you ride it, because this mixture at the moment contains the solvent and it needs to be evaporated for the lubricants to be sticky enough to stay on the chain.